parameters need to be looked at closely by the government before initiating, because these are very high investment, um, sectors, where people have to, or companies have to invest large sums of monies. So one point would be to look at whether India has a master plan or not. What exactly do they want to achieve, and what are the timelines for that? In this respect, I would think that having anything for a period of 5 or 10 years would not make sense. We have to have a plan which should be valid or can be updated at later stages. But the plan itself should be for about 50 to 100 years, and it should be able to service the community for that period of time. So we must have a master plan, and we must know exactly what kind of terminals or ports we need in which areas. For example, where do we have our minerals? Where do we need our bulk terminals? Where do we need our container terminals? Where do we have good hinterland connectivity? Where do we need our car carrier terminals? As we speak, we don't have a single car carrier terminal in the country. And going forward, the automobile industry will be exporting, we estimate at the approximately 5,000 cars a day from East Coast and West Coast by 2019-20. And we don't have a specialized car terminal. Cars are a very sensitive product, and we need to address something like this. So also we don't know where we need our liquid terminals or gas terminals, and so on and so forth. So to have a master plan which addresses the entire coast would be a good thing. Sagarmala is definitely a very good initiative, but I would think if that can be tied up with the natural resources, study on natural resources, where the industry is, and what can be developed, I think that would tie in, and then tie it up all to the master plan, and implement it in stages, in phases, in fact. So that's one thing which the government should think about. The second thing I would think is we must have a think tank, a maritime think tank for this sector, because until and unless we can take decisions for the long term, it would be pointless to invest huge sums of money. Now, at the last count that I know of, there were about 22, 23 stakeholders involved. And what they need to do is bring them all on the same platform. Select 5 or 7 individuals who will represent the core committee and who will report, who will be the interface between the stakeholders and the government, or the bureaucracy for that matter. These people should be supported by the academia on one side, the international consultants and research scholars, etc. Also, they should have a free access to all the ministries, and of course all the authorities like Director General of Shipping, the Coast Guard and so forth, Mercantile Marine Department and so on, so that whenever there is an issue, we can identify clearly what is the problem, what are the pros or the positives for the current situation, what are the negatives, and what is the solution, and what that solution will bring to, if it was implemented, how will it add to the economy, or the growth of the economy, or the betterment of the people of our country. So I think having a master plan on one hand and having a think tank on the other, and if the two can be associated, nothing like that, we would have a bright future to go for.